Alright, good morning, guys. I just got my skin prepped for makeup and primed my eyes. Brows are on. And I'm going to dive in with some eyeshadow. Yeah, it is also 5 o'clock in the evening, and I'm getting ready to go out. We're going to go see a band tonight. And yeah, have a nice little night out. It's been a boring week over here. My husband's been really sick. He got food poisoning on top of terrible allergies and just getting over a cold. So it was all just attacking him. And he's finally back at work and feeling much better. But it was a rough week for him. Very rough week. He got really dehydrated and just really sick from the food poisoning. So yeah, he had to go to the doctor and all of that. It was not good. But he is all better now. Alright, I'm going to take the Huda Empowerment palette today. I'm going to go with the shade Winter, I think, to start things out. It's this kind of cool toned taupe shade down here. And I'm just going to start taking that through the transition and crease with this little Real Techniques brush. I found myself really liking the shape of this brush and the brush hairs. Even though I don't like the handle, like as in the quality of the handle, I find the brush itself to be quite nice. So it shut me the fuck up. Anyway, I'm just doing something quick and easy, nothing too much, but just a nice look for going out to a dark dive bar, which is actually not even that much of a dive bar anymore. They have remodeled it and made it really nice, but it used to be like the dive bar, and now it's like kind of moved on up. Like it's a nice joint, but it used to be, just one of those old, goodness, I think it's been open for like 80 years at this point. Like, it's stupid old. It's the oldest bar in our area, in fact. And it used to actually be a really nice bar back in the 40s, and it just got real downhill. It got very dangerous and, not great. And especially like in the 80s and 90s, it had a real low point. And then kind of later 2000s, it started to kind of make a little comeback. Got new owners and people are trying to kind of revitalize it. And yeah, it's actually a pretty fun bar to go to. I usually feel fairly safe there. I know just about everybody goes there. It's definitely one of those bars that has that kind of Cheers vibe to it. Everybody knows everybody. Staff's great. And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun place to go see bands. It's definitely a lot nicer now that they've remodeled it and fixed it up. It feels a lot nicer. But it's one of the few bars that I've never felt bad vibes or like uncomfortable. There are some bars that just have bad vibes. There's one that is like right by my house. Well, not right by my house, but a little bit down the road from me. Nice place. Really nice. It's more of a sports bar daiquiri place, but it's nice. It's not dirty. It's not gross. It's new, but it just has really bad vibes. And I've never had a good experience there. It's one of those places where it's just like creeps hang out for some reason. You don't feel safe as a woman there type of place. And lo and behold, there was a not lawsuit, but some very unpleasant things did happen there along those lines. You know what I mean? And yeah, I was like, well, I am not surprised because that is just the vibe that place gives off for some reason. I don't know what it is, but just something about it. It doesn't feel good to be there. The clientele is more male, and it's, to me, the men that hang out there are angry. There's always some dude that is just pissed off at the world there that is just waiting to fly off the handle. Like, it's that kind of, for some reason they attract that kind of people, and the energy in there reflects that. So it's never been somewhere that I have liked to be. The only time like we would ever go there in recent history, which has been a long time now, was in the afternoon because we could sit outside because they had outside area. And it was, I think, during COVID still. So you had to sit outside. But that's about it. Like, we just quit going there because it just didn't feel good. Didn't feel safe. And just felt gross. And yeah, I'm taking a bigger fluffy brush. And what's weird is this bar that's supposed to be so shitty and like a dive bar. I've never felt anything like that there. I've never felt threatened. Nothing. But I've had horrible experiences at this other bar that's closer to me. Like, I have actually had more than one inappropriate encounter in there of aggressive male behavior. And it doesn't matter who's with me. Like, it would happen. It's awful. It's just an awful place. I'm going to take some of this Big Dream shade, which is a little bit more of a purpley taupe. A little bit warmer right here. Just come around the outside a little bit. But it's so strange how that bar just immediately got that feel to it. It just feels like unhinged white dude behavior. I'm just going to take some of the fluffy brush. But yeah, I'm not going to give somewhere, business that's like that. That makes you feel like that. And obviously they're not doing anything about that kind of behavior and allowing it to happen because there's already been like actual police involved, charges filed, cases there that have people have been found guilty. And they still just like, I don't know, it feels like nothing changes there and like they just don't care. It just doesn't feel safe. And it's strange that it's just like a nice place, really. Like, if you look at it objectively from that, there's no reason for it to have that vibe. I don't get it. But I'm very much a gut instinct person. If I feel unsafe, or I actually get what they call the frissions. When it's that, how would you describe, like, when somebody says it feels like somebody walked over your grave, the chill down your spine. I get that when certain people are near me. I can feel like it's going to sound silly, they're bad vibes. Like, I can feel something coming off of them that is danger, red flags. This person is, no, this is going to be a problem. I'm always right. And anyway, that's one of those places that I would just feel that walking in the door. I'm taking a little bit of Confident, which is the deepest brown. I wouldn't say like psychic, or anything like that. I just can have good instincts. I can read a room really well. I can pick up on people's energies. Like, I can tell if something is up and just doesn't feel right. And I think a lot of women do have that inherently. They just don't trust it. I have met some girls that just have zero instinct and have no terrible judges of character. Because most of the time my initial instinct of somebody or initial impression is correct. As far as it goes, like something like that. Like, you just feel it. And this is not a good person. They're going to hurt somebody. Okay, I think that looks really pretty. I don't think I want to go in with any shimmers. I've been going in that eye now. Kick, I don't know what's up with that. I'll put a little bit of eyeliner. Let's do actually a black eyeliner. Yeah, let's grab whatever first one I grabbed. It's KVD cake liner. Literally first black eyeliner that my hands touched. I'm just gonna take it right out here. Anyway, that being said, if you got like a bad feeling about something, trust it. Yeah, I am still absolutely loving this Dr. Barbara Strom skincare, by the way. I mean, that's good skincare, dude. My skin looks amazing. I'm loving it. Skin feels amazing. That's about all that has really been going on around here. My husband being sick. My sister came over last night. We hung out. Dyed her hair. Yeah, she stayed until like about midnight. And we just talked. I don't know, it's so weird. We talk over text, and stuff. But like in person, it's like, whew. And she's busy with kids and day job and everything else. She doesn't have time to just come over all the time anymore, like we used to be able to do when we were younger. Didn't have as many responsibilities. All right, I think that looks good right there. I may add like some highlight in the inner corner, but I'm not going to put like anything obvious. I think that's it for the eyes. I don't know. Kind of boring. I just want something simple. I'm not trying to get all crazy fixed up. I just wanted to do a little something. Alright, and for complexion, for skin, I'll take a little bit of the gloss filter from Charlotte. Put down the high points here. Buff that in. Man, allergy season this year is freaking wild. Oh my goodness. So my husband is now on 2 prescriptions for allergies because it was just a bad allergy season. I'm stuffed up today. Alright, we're going to take the True Match from L'Oreal, the Super Blendable. I think this will be the one for today. And just a light little layer of this. I'll start with 1 pump. But we saw a new nurse practitioner. And usually, like, if something's going on, we just go like to urgent care, even though we have a GP and all that. Urgent care is 2 minutes from me. A really amazing urgent care. But it's also $30 more with the copay. But anyway, since my husband was really feeling sick, I was like, let me go to our actual GP. And that way, or the GP's office anyway, that way they can communicate with our primary physician as well as, seeing the nurse practitioner. And she's a new one. She just moved here from Alaska. So boy, you're in for a weather shock, aren't you? She said she has never experienced the summer here yet, so she's kind of looking forward to it, but kind of like, oh boy. Yeah, boy. But she commented on the allergies here being wild. I was like, yeah, some seasons we have, they are just awful. Some springs are not as bad as others. Sometimes it's more the fall. At this spring, she said she had seen so many cases, people with allergy issues coming in. But she was so incredibly thorough and just kind and nice and just chatty. Super friendly. But she stayed in there with us probably for close to 45 minutes. Like, she checked every little thing on my husband. They did COVID test, flu test, because he was technically symptomatic because he had a cough and had food poisoning symptoms, which can also, mimic the Rona. So it was so we had to get the symptomatic treatment of being kind of sequestered to your car and then take it in the back type of situation that we knew, like, this is not COVID, but it was the protocol. Anyway, she did all the tests. She listened to every part of his freaking body. She looked in his ears, up his nose, back of his throat, just all around. And she's like, your lungs actually sound really good, which is good because he has asthma. And she's like, actually, your lungs sound great. She says, it's all in your sinuses. She's like, your eustachian tube and all that. She says, everything looks inflamed. And she said, it looks like you have a lot of drainage. There's fluid behind your ears. She says, nothing's infected yet. She said, so we need to take care of it now. So she put him on nose spray and prescription Claritin and, the works. And it is actually really helping. He's looking and sounding a lot better. The day that he got the food poisoning, the next day, rather. Well, no, I guess it was the same day. It was just later in that day. He got sick around 1 a.m. He had eaten Arby's that day, so pretty sure that was the only thing he ate, and I'm pretty sure it was the Arby's. Which wouldn't be the first time Arby's gave somebody food poisoning around here. It's just, there's so many people you'll talk to who refuse to go to Arby's because they got food poisoning there like 20 years ago. And it's just like a running thing with them is that they will give everybody food poisoning at some point. Them and Applebee's. Applebee's will do it too. Our Applebee's is like, oh, do you want food poisoning? Just go eat there. So yeah, it was the Arby's. And around 1 a.m, he got like violently sick. And he mentioned it to me. He's like, man, I'm not feeling good. And I think we went to bed, but he kept having to get up and, all that. When I got up the next day, I don't remember what time I woke up. I went into the kitchen. He's just sitting there at the dining table, and he's like white as a sheet. I mean, he's pale. We're both really pale for some reason. I don't know. But he can tan. I can't. Anyway, he was like kind of greeny blue, like sick looking. You could tell something was wrong. I'm taking the Butter Believe It Glow Concealer. So, Butter Glow Concealer. You could tell he was sick. And he was woozy and lightheaded. He said he almost fainted. He got like the cold sweats thing and just, yeah, definitely a sick boy. So I got him to drink some Propel with electrolytes because I had some, and got some soup in him eventually. Some just chicken noodle soup. So I could tell you, like, it was obvious dehydration. He was cramping on his legs. And, yeah, he had, like, all the telltale signs of just purely dehydrated as shit. And, it was just very weak and all the things. So, got the soup in him. He started feeling a little better after that, because I think he also just needed something in his stomach. And the Propel, everything kind of started to boost him up a little bit. He was able to sleep and was a lot better. And then we went to the doctor the next day, and she told us to get the liquid IV for him, just to really help. The ingredients are practically the same on the Propel and the liquid IV, and the liquid IV costs, I think it was like $13. The Propel's like $3. And the ingredients are fairly similar. I think there was like a couple more vitamins in the liquid IV. But the important ones, like the potassium and that kind of stuff, is in the Propel. And that's one of the perks of having a sister who works in medical. She knows what's what. She's like, just get the Propel. I was like, well, I already bought the damn liquid IV. I already had Propel. I thought I did something special. It was different. It does taste good, though. Like, I drank one of them. I have the acai berry. Like, it's good. The acai berry one doesn't, to me, have a distinct flavor. I'm like, it just tastes sweet. But I can't put my finger on a flavor with that one. Like, it is. I don't know. But it's good. Like, I'll drink it. Because I was going to, like, I should probably drink some water. I've only had coffee today. I'll chug one of these. But anyways, yeah, the doctor recommended that. So we got that, or the nurse practitioner. I just call them doctors. They're practically doctors. And, yeah, and she's like, just reintroduce food slowly, gently, and start probiotic. That'll help you get your stomach back in order quicker, because your body just purged, like, everything out. So he, yeah, got him on all that stuff. And I am a huge fan of a probiotic. Align is where it is at for me. That stuff made a world of difference for me. Post gallbladder. Can you hear how congested I sound, though? Like, my nose is just dry and stuffy. And it got cold again. So we had the heat on. So got that too going. Like the dry air from the heater. And then it's like crazy humid outside. It's a whole thing. That's the only struggle to me, aside from allergies with this time of year, is that it's the you don't know what to wear kind of thing, because the weather is just crazy. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild powder to set everything down on a beauty sponge here. Just to press under here. So I joined an actual affiliate link program, finally. That's not just Amazon. So we will now have affiliate links over here. I found one that is easy to use and kind of consolidates everything. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's called Planet How. And there'll be a link actually to join it if you want to in the subscription box. If you just want to join up and try it out. If you're also a creator, you can share the links like anywhere. It's not just for YouTube. You can put them on your social media. You can promote sales, and the commission rates looked amazing. It's like, oh shit, this is actually really good. But I got it from Michelle Wong. This is the one she uses. So I trust her. And yeah, it looks like a great program. It's a very, very easy to use system. They have a browser extension, and if you can't find like what it is you want, like if they don't have it to be able to monetize the link, they will give you suggestions of other places you can shop and find that thing. So it's very handy. And yeah, I'm like, why not? Why not just take the time, do the links? Because you know what? I'm so lazy. That was mostly why I didn't have affiliate links. I just didn't care, and I was lazy. But this doesn't take nearly as long to me to do. Mostly I'm just too lazy to link products, period. So if there are links and they say Planet How in the URL, those are affiliate links. I quit fucking with the Amazon one because I forgot my password. And to get back into my account, the security question wants to know the expiration date on a credit card or a debit card they haven't had in like 2 years. I'm like, bitch, I don't remember the expiration date on that. And the only other option is call them. Like, oh, call customer service. Oh, fuck off. I hate calling customer service so much over anything. But like, this debit card is not only was one that is expired, it was also a bank account I don't even have anymore. Come on, man. Why are you gonna make that the security question? That's so dumb. Just ask me my mom's maiden name or some shit like that. Like you usually ask. And also, I'm terrible at remembering passwords. So, well, I was usually like, it just stayed logged in. For some reason I got logged out. And I just was blanking on my password. So I'll just reset it. No big deal. Big deal. Oh, sorry. You know, you're going to have to call us. Yeah, the only other time I've actually called a company over something like that was Sephora to reset my password because they would. This was ages ago that it locked me out, and I was able to call them and reset the password. And it was like a really easy process, and the guy was so nice. But I hate. Oh, I've talked to PayPal on the phone. That was a horrible experience. I was having trouble with them. Their customer service was garbage. Did not resolve the problem either. Said they'd like, oh, it should work now. It does not work. I have a line of credit with PayPal, like a credit card with them. I can't use it because it just will not use. It won't set it as the default for some reason. I have removed every other payment option. It just won't work. So I said, you know what? Fine. I'm just not going to use that credit card anymore. I paid it off and I was done. And so there's just a line of credit sitting there. I don't care. I'm good. Anyway, so there was that issue with them, and like they just were so unhelpful. Because the reason I called them was because they had accidentally charged my bank account instead of my credit card for a massive purchase. Like one of those like huge Sephora hauls. It's like $500. I was like, oh, right, put this on my credit card. Yeah, no. It charged my bank account, and I was like, oh no, my husband's gonna not be happy with me. So I was calling to get them to like cancel the order, and it was too late by the time I realized what had happened. So they're like, take it up with Sephora, basically. So I called Sephora. Sephora's like, yeah, we've already, sent it to packing, so we can't cancel it. And I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. Like, it wasn't that big a deal. It was just that they had charged it to the wrong thing, and I just wanted to correct the payment situation. And anyway, the girl I talked to at Sephora was fucking phenomenal. She really did like try to help, and she was so sweet. But the PayPal people were just absolutely useless. All right, let's take some of the Film Star Bronze and Glow. It was frustrating. I also have like zero patience with anything that is related to anything like that. Like any kind of have to talk to people on the phone, customer servicey stuff. I have no chill, no patience. I hate it with a passion. Like I'm not mean or rude or anything, but inwardly I am screaming. I am internally screaming and angry. And don't get me started on an automated system. That is a whole nother can of worms of pure rage that brings out in me. I hate automated systems so much. Does anybody like an automated system? Answer me that. Does anyone actually find it helpful or convenient? Like, is this doing any good anywhere? I like the automated text systems where I can just text yes or no about refilling a prescription. That's fine. Opt in for something. Like that. I like that. I don't like to talk to an automated system. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Where was I going with that? The automated systems. Oh, yeah, that brings out a whole nother level of rage in me. And then, like, I was trying to schedule my husband's doctor's appointment. And first, they wouldn't let me schedule it because every year you have to, like, fill out, like, the HIPAA information, apparently, and all that. And we hadn't done it this year, so my name wasn't on it. So they're like, oh, you can't make the appointment for your husband. I'm like, the fuck I can't? I've made him every other appointment. He makes all my appointments half the time. Anyway, so she's like, I have to confirm with your husband that you're allowed to do this. I'm like, my husband has food poisoning and is currently in the bathroom, if you know what I mean. So I had to go in there, give him the phone, so he could confirm that I was allowed to make him a doctor's appointment. And he had to answer like all kind of like security stuff. Like, what the fuck? We are not robots. Oh my god, might as well have to fill out a CAPTCHA. Keep putting in new systems and things just get more convoluted and messy. And it's not helping anybody. It's just frustrating. I could go for hours just fussing about stupid little things like that. And like computer systems. Don't get me started on Windows 11. I refuse. Windows 11 can eat a bag of dicks. I will not install it. You can keep prompting me as much as you want. No. Not until, like, I absolutely have to install it will I do it. I caught a glimpse of it. It's awful. It looks like a Mac. I'm not a Mac girl. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm a PC girl. And I don't want all my shit rearranged and have to learn trying to find new stuff. I don't like change. I'm taking Soft Mink from CoverGirl. I get real fired up over things that don't really matter, obviously. Minor inconveniences. My triggers. It's sad, but it's true. Have you all seen that there's like a fully automated McDonald's now? There's like 3 or 4 of them opened up. Count me the fuck out. No, thank you. Unless they actually make the order right, then it might be a perk. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know about this. Like, maybe we don't need that. Future is scary. Don't get me started on ChatGPT. Boy. Could keep you all day bitching about that. And, well, not bitching, but just being like, this is not good. We don't need, this is not good. Just look into some of the bad things that have happened around GPT this last week. I don't think it was something using ChatGPT and might have convinced somebody to do something really bad to themselves. So, yeah, that's happened. Cool. Yay, future. I say that, but I'm also somebody who's like, yay, future, like legitimately like excited about technology, but I'm also like, I've read enough sci-fi and cyberpunk dystopian novels to know where this goes. It goes nowhere good. Like, have you guys played Cyberpunk? The AI is not our friend. I think the only movie I enjoyed with AI was, I think it was called Her, with Joaquin Phoenix. Because memory serves correctly, it didn't have a bad ending. It was actually like, oh, like the AI's just lost interest in us and went on and did their own thing. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. At least they didn't kill us. And like, what's the other one I watched? Deus Ex Machina. That one's interesting because I think the AI is sympathetic in that. Like you kind of see their point of view in that one. So it's complicated with that scenario. And, you know, as much as I love that kind of stuff, you know what book I'm reading now? It is from Neil Stephenson. Still don't know how to pronounce that. I'm dumb. Anyway, I finished Cryptonomicon, which was like one that's more about kind of future-y thing. It's about like crypto and stuff. And it was written in 1999, and they're talking about cryptocurrency and like Bitcoin. I was like, wow, this dude predicted the future here. And anyway, I'm reading one now that is actually a historical fiction. I mean, that one has historical fiction in it too, Cryptonomicon, where it talks about like World War II era. This one that I'm reading now is set in the 1650 on to like 1700, I believe is going to be the setting. And it's like talking about like Sir Isaac Newton and scientists and like of that era. And they're also talking about crypto, but not in the cryptocurrency aspect, but more in like actually like encrypting. But they're like talking about banking and science and all this really cool stuff, also mixed in with like the English Civil War and like the Puritans versus the Catholics and all this kind of stuff. It's so interesting. And like the beginning of America is also in this. And yeah, it's very cool. I'm thoroughly enjoying this book. And it's like the descendants of the characters from Cryptonomicon. And this is a trilogy that is an offshoot of Cryptonomicon called the Baroque Cycle. And it is so interesting. I'm loving it. I usually don't like to like historical stuff as much. Well, I guess I don't mind when it's not fantasy. I like real historical stuff, and like historical fiction's fine. I'm just not into like Game of Thrones type stuff or Lord of the Rings. I'm not into medieval fantasy things, I guess you could say. Yeah, because I do enjoy more historical fiction. So this one's like really interesting though to me, just because of the the birth of like physics and calculus and all these things that I wish that I understood. I do not have, as analytical as I am and like logic based mentally, I don't have a knack for numbers. Like I understand the concepts of geometry and calculus and all that. Like I get the formulas, what they do, what it means, but I can't apply it to solve a math problem. I'm not good with numbers. Let's just put it that way. But I wish I was. I thoroughly enjoyed math class. I loved it. I was just awful at it. And that's one of the things that I wish I was good at. It was like math. Like I would love to have been a mathematician. Like have that kind of skill. But I have dyslexia when it comes to numbers. I flip-flop numbers and I'm just terrible at it. It sucks. I barely passed math, and the only reason that I would pass like my geometry 1 and 2 and algebra and all that stuff was because I could put the formulas and do the concepts and all that properly, but I always would get points off for my arithmetic side of it. So that was my saving grace, is that I understood the concept so well, I just couldn't add and subtract apparently. Or I'd flip-flop my numbers. So that was pretty much the only way that I got through math was that right there. I don't understand why I was like that with numbers, but it was a thing. I had tutors. I did, a lot of tutoring. Put a little bit of that highlight from the Film Store Bronze and Glow just right in there. Brighten that up. Miss Pumpkin, can you not? Let's do some setting spray. Do some of the Milani Make It Last. Even though I have a bunch of them that I need to use up. They're like that much left in them. I love the setting spray. I love the mist. I love the smell. Alright, let's figure out what I'm going to do on the lips. I'm going to take BFF2 lip liner. And let's do Kava. I think that's what this is. Yeah, from Bite. How's that look? That looks pretty good. I'm going to put a little gloss over it. I think it needs a little gloss. Yeah, let's use a little bit of this one from Too Faced. It says Stocks and Bondage. Yeah, good choice. I'm a bit pimple right there. And it looks like I got lipstick out of the lines. Okay. There we go. Looks cool. Nice. Let's do some mascara. Let's go with the Falsy Surreal from Maybelline. Mascara is applied. Literally just misplaced the eyeliner I had like 2 seconds ago. Thank goodness I got more than one. Alright, there we go. Just a little bit more, I guess, out there or something. Let's touch up these eyebrows and put just a little bit of Benefit brow setter. And let's sort out this hair. Some Olaplex dry shampoo. See what we got going on the rest of the face hair. Alright, I think we can just do a little bit of hair oil through and we should be good to go on this. Take a little bit of the tissue. Okay, not like right here, or just tangle. That's not good. Hair is done. Just letting it be its usual wild self here. Doing whatever it wants to do. Not gonna fight it too much. Okay, I think I am all ready. So everything's pretty much done. Yeah, I'll try to take you along with me. We'll get a clip of the band playing at least. I don't think that's about it that's going to be exciting to do. But yeah, I thought we could just kind of start our week off at the end of the week this week because I haven't really vlogged much or done anything. Because, yeah. But anyway, I'll check in with you guys later on. Maybe when we get home. I don't know. We'll see what's up. And yeah, I'll see y'all in a little bit.